Hello there guys, what is up? My name is Bezros Possum and welcome to Possum's Posse Episode 2. We're finally starting the league now, the Super League full of all the different teams. And our first game we got drawn against Borussia Dortmund at home, which is a bit of a bitch to start off with. And in the last episode I asked you guys what the composition of the video, how long you wanted the videos to be and sort of how many games you wanted me to show per video. And basically there were a few that wanted three games an episode like the first episode was. However, the main consensus of people said that they would prefer it to be just the one game, so it's really in depth. You get to see all the players doing loads of different things, and that's the way I'm going to do it. Having said that though, with that comes the benefit of a new thing that I'm going to add, and I'll explain it in just a second. But basically, whilst it would have been possible with 3 games per episode, it would not have been as effective as if we just had the one game. Right, before we jump to the highlights, I'm just going to let this run in the background while I quickly explain a new concept that I want to add to this series, because not everyone is as fully involved as they could be. Obviously, there's only 22 slots available, which means some subscribers weren't able to get a spot. Obviously, with you doing one game per episode, you don't get to see 11 of the players. Obviously, it's only one game, so only 11 of the players will play, so it means every 2 episodes you'll see your player, which means the ones that you don't won't be as good. So as an incentive to try and get everyone involved and to enjoy the series to its maximum potential, I want to include a new element, which is basically in the comments below for the next game which is going to be played, and at the end of the episode I'll tell you who we're playing. I want you guys to predict the first goal scorer and the score that you think it'll be. Now, if you get both of those right, and only both, you can't get either or, you have to get both of those right, the first goal scorer and the score, I'll give you some Ultimate Team coins. I've got my PlayStation 4 account to be able to give you some on PlayStation, whether it's PlayStation 3 or 4 since the markets are linked, and then I also have my Xbox 360. So if you're on Xbox or PlayStation, you're eligible to win these coins. Now, don't forget, obviously, that there's the other team as well. So for example, if we're away to Barcelona, you might want to put Messi to score first and us to lose 2-0 or something like that. But basically, because obviously strikers are more prolific and likely to score, I'm gonna sort of set up a set of rules. I mean, I could potentially give you odds, but I don't want to do that since you're not actually, it's completely free. You don't have to pay any coins to try and win these coins. It's completely free to enter. It's just sort of like a giveaway of a few coins. But what I'll do is, if you predict a striker to score first, but you have to get the right striker, but if he happens to play at striker and then you get the right score as well, I'll give you 7.5k or just over, so the tax, when tax has been deducted, you'll get 7.5k, and what that means is you can buy yourself a pack. If you predict the cam or wingers to score first and get the correct score, then I'll give you 10k. If you predict the centre defensive mid and the full-backs, the left and right back, you'll get 15k, and then if you predict the goalkeeper to score first or the 2 centre-backs to score first, you will get yourself 20k. So obviously, if you predict a player further back on the pitch, you're going to win more coins, but the chances of it happening are a lot less. So it's entirely up to you, but don't forget there's obviously the other team that you've got to take into account, because, you know, I'm not great, I'm not like 100% perfect at this game. I do concede goals, and as you saw in the first preseason friendly, I actually conceded first, so it was one of those players. What I'll do is, if you predict a player, and for the love of God I won't, and it's from the other team, I won't really know who, like, where they're playing in terms of that, because, like, obviously they could be playing Messi left wing in that game and I wouldn't really pay attention. So what I'll do as a formality is, whatever their position is in Ultimate Team, assuming they're an Ultimate Team, they should be, I will basically use that as the principal basis. So if you say, oh, I want Ronaldo to score first, he counts as a winger and an out wide player, so he'll actually get you better odds. But basically that's all I want to do. So basically for the next game, I'll like I said, I'll tell you who we're playing at the end. What I want you to do is, in the comments below of this video, put what you think the first scorer and correct score will be in the next game, in the next episode, and if you get it right, you'll win yourself some Ultimate Team coins. Just in case you've forgotten already, the player that scores first and you get it right, if he happens to be a striker that you picked, you'll end up getting 7.5k, which is just enough for a pack. If you end up picking the cam or the out wide players, you'll get 10k. Centre defence mid and fullbacks, you'll get 15k, and then if you end up predicting a centre back and goalkeeper to score first and got the correct score, you will win yourself 20k. So hopefully this will get everyone involved, and now is probably a good time to jump to, that was a close effort, jump to some of the more intense highlights of this game. We'll start off with this corner in the 30th minute. Costa whipping the ball in, Juicy just getting his head to it, and great save from Weidenfeller. Steinod not able to put in the rebound as he's closed down quickly by Gundogan. 40 minutes in, Dortmund created a bit of a chance here, but Glover harassing Mkhitaryan so he can't get his header off properly, ends up being picked up by Hemo to start some really nice passing football from Costa to Juicy out to Chester, who plays a fantastic little ball over the top. Steinhardt runs on at the end of it. He's struggling to find a gap here, and he just can't quite find it. Picked out by Schmelzer, and Dortmund end up clearing the ball. But we didn't stop there with some fantastic cover play by Juicy, taking out Blazikowski to win us the ball. Woods into Chaz, plays a lovely little chip ball up to Costa, who fantastically turns his defender. Off balance, gets the shot off, but it's straight at Weidenfeller, who tips it out for a corner. On the right hand side, the corner taken by the left footed Woods. Crosses it in, cleared out by Subotic and picked up by Glover, who sees a man running in. Costa on the edge, has a strike, but unfortunately just brushes the post wide. Half time rolls around and the score is still 0-0. Dortmund not having a single shot on target and only one shot overall shows a very, very solid defensive performance from the team. Straight from kickoff, Parker overlaps, cuts back inside, sees the run from Chester and plays it in, but Chester doesn't anticipate the bounce properly and unfortunately gets trapped behind his foot. 50 minutes in, a misplaced pass from Gundogan is picked up by Woods, who slips it into Chaz, turns and finesses it just past the post. Very unfortunate. Great effort there from Chaz. Not soon after, an intercepted pass from Steinhardt leads to a Dortmund attack. Some great play between Royce, who sends Mkhitaryan around. Hemo tries to get there but gets shoved away and just can't get in front of him when the cross comes in. And unfortunately, Glover ends up putting the ball into his own net, making it 1-0 Dortmund despite all of our attacks on goal. Under the pressure of needing to equalise, it led to a very, very exciting last 20 minutes. Some great attacks on goal. A ball slipped into Chaz, who has the shot, and Weidenfeller just pushing it wide for the corner. Because we had to pile forward, we were very, very vulnerable to counter-attacks, but our defence knew that and were prepared. Gundogan breaking through, but Wendy's with a fantastic tackle to keep us in the game and give us a chance to potentially get that equaliser. The 80th minute created a chance when Hemo came in with a fantastic tackle and the ball ran clean to Woods, who played a very quick 1-2 with Chester, who played him in, and this was the chance. This is the equaliser, but Woods takes a slightly too big touch and just can't slip it under Weidenfeller's arms, and ultimately the score remains 1-0 to Dortmund. Not soon after, a stray pass from Chaz puts us in trouble as the ball comes all the way over the top and Lewandowski gets on the end of it, but some fantastic quick thinking from Lawrence Johnson as he rushes out to prevent the goal. That great save led to a very, very hectic last 5 minutes as Hemo again with another fantastic tackle sets the attack off once again. Another quick 1-2 between Woods and Chester. This is Woods' chance to redeem himself. He's got control and Weidenfeller manages to stick out his leg. God knows how he managed to do that. It was a fantastic save, but we still keep possession. We keep trying. Chaz, a little bit isolated, not sure what option to play, but he sees the gap and slips it into Steinhardt. Steinhardt sees the run, chips it in. Chester has a chance now and he's hit the bar. Would you believe it? In the 86th minute, can't quite find the back of the net. 90 minutes gone and there's not much time left at all. Wendy's with a great tackle, allowing Parker to play the ball out to Woods, into Steinhardt. Fantastic pass and the whistle blows right when we were in on goal. Ultimately, we end up losing the first game of the season 1-0 to Borussia Dortmund at home, which is a real kick in the teeth, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Now just picture those last 5 minutes again. But imagine you had a 1-1 draw as your predicted score. You'd already got the first score. You need that 1-1 draw, and then Chester hits the bar. And, that would have just been really intense and fun to watch. But anyway, guys, please let me know down below who you think the first goal scorer and what the correct score will be against Madrid away. Okay, so we're playing away to Real Madrid in the next episode. Please let me know who you think will be the first goal scorer and what you think the correct score will be. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.